बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम class. This is Miss Sidra Iqbal, course instructor and the visiting teacher of the Department of History and Arts, Division of Arts and Social Sciences, University of Education, Bank Road Campus, Lahore. Here I am with the course title of Foreign Policy of Pakistan for the Masters of History, which course code is SIST 4116. Today, in this series of Foreign Policy of Pakistan, we are going to discuss the topic NATO, which abbreviation is North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Basically, NATO is a huge topic. That's why we divided this lecture into two parts. This topic into two lectures. Today we are going to discuss the first lecture, then we will discuss the second lecture on this topic, and then we completed this topic. Then we are able to be completed this lecture. So first of all, if I gave you the overview of North Atlantic Treaty Organization, its formation, it formed in 4th April 1949. It's basically a military alliance between the countries to strengthen the military power of the countries. They made the North Atlantic Treaty Organization Alliance. Its headquarters are at Brussels, Belgium. And this military alliance had the 30 states memberships. 30 states together make this treaty NATO. उर्फ आम में इसको नेटो ही कहा जाता है. इसका पूरा नाम जो है नॉर्थ अटलांटिक ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है और शॉर्ट फॉर्म में इसको नेटो कहा जाता है. Official language of this alliance is English and French. First of all, we have to understand that what is NATO. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which means NATO, also called the North Atlantic Alliance. It is an intergovernmental military alliance. Intergovernmental military alliance between 30 North American and European countries. The organization implements the North Atlantic. The organization implements the North Atlantic Treaty that was signed on 4th April 1949. NATO's headquarters are located in Brussels, Belgium, while the headquarters of Allied Command operations in near Mons, Belgium. I hope you can understand that कि हम देखेंगे कि NATO है क्या. नेटो बेसिकली एक इंटर गवर्नमेंटल मिलिट्री अलायंस है बिटवीन द 30 नॉर्थ अमेरिकन एंड यूरोपियन कंट्रीज. ये ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जो है इसको नॉर्थ अटलांटिक अलायंस भी कहा जाता है. ये 4 अप्रैल 1949 में बनी और इसका हेडक्वार्टर जो है वो ब्रसल्स बेल्जियम एवर में है और एलाइड कमांड ऑपरेशंस जो का हेडक्वार्टर जो है वो नियर मॉन्स बेल्जियम में है. Structure. Now we are going to discuss the structure of North Atlantic Treaty Organization. NATO operations are governed by its 30 member states, which each sending a delegation to NATO headquarters in Brussels. This includes each delegation having permanent representative on the North Atlantic Council, which is chaired by the Secretary General and his decision-making powers. नेटो जो है वो गवर्न की जाती थी या उसके जितने भी ऑपरेशंस थे वो जितने भी 30 उसके मेंबर कंट्रीज थे उनके ज़रिए गवर्न की जाती थी और ईच स्टेट जो है वो एक डेलीगेशन भेजती थी नेटो के हेडक्वार्टर इन ब्रसेल में. और ईच जो डेलीगेशन है उसकी परमानेंट रिप्रेजेंटेशन भी होती थी नॉर्थ अटलांटिक काउंसिल में, विच इज़ चेयर्ड बाय द सेक्रेटरी जनरल एंड डिसीजन मेकिंग पावर्स. सेक्रेटरी जनरल उसको चेयर करता था और उनके पास डिसीजन मेकिंग पावर्स जो हैं वो मौजूद होती थी. The Parliamentary Assembly sets NATO's board strategic goals. The military committee is responsible for recommending measures considered necessary for the common defense of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization area and is made up of military representatives. Designation in NATO. Now we have to look at the designations in North Atlantic Treaty Organization. First of all, North Atlantic Treaty Organization Secretary General Anders Fogh Rasmussen. He is the Secretary General. Now NATO Deputy Secretary General Alexander Vershbow is the Deputy Secretary General. General Kenneth Battles, Chairman of the Military Committee, is the General Kenneth Battles. Deputy Chairman of the Military Committee is the Lieutenant General Walter Gaskin. These are the designations in NATO on which the Secretary General, Deputy Secretary General, Chairman of the Military Committee and the Deputy Chairman of the Military Committee. Historical roles. Now we learn about the historical role. Soviet people were told that the war was meant to free the communists living in Afghanistan. Communism entails atheism, believed that the Afghans, mostly Muslims, need to be liberated from their ignorance. सोवियत पीपल्स सोवियत जो लोग थे उनका कहना था कि वॉर जो है वो कम्युनिस्ट लिविंग इन अफगानिस्तान की फ्रीडम के लिए जो है कम्युनिज्म जो है वो बेसिकली इंटेल्स एथिज्म. Believe that Afghans mostly need to be liberated from their ignorance. NATO Objectives. What is the objective of North Atlantic Treaty Organization? NATO's purpose. Basically, NATO's initial and enduring purpose is to safeguard the freedom and security of all its members by political and military means. Collective defense is collective defense is at the heart of the alliance and create a spirit of solidarity and cohesion among its members. Why was NATO founded? First of all, this question is arose. Why was NATO founded? The North Atlantic Alliance was founded in the aftermath of the Second World War. Its purpose was to secure peace in Europe, to promote cooperation among its members, and to guard their freedom. All of this is all of this in the context of the countering the threat posed at the time by the Soviet Union. The alliance's founding the alliance's founding treaty was signed in Washington in 1949 by a dozen European and North American countries. बेसिकली अब हमें ये जानने की ज़रूरत है कि नेटो को किस लिए उसकी फॉर्मेशन जो है वो की गई. बेसिकली वर्ल्ड वॉर 2 के बाद जो है एक अलायंस किया गया जिसका पर्पस था कि यूरोप को सिक्योर, उसकी जो पीस है उसको सिक्योर किया जाए और जो प्रमोट किया जाए कॉपरेशन को अमंग दी जो इसके जितने भी मेंबर कंट्रीज़ हैं उनके कॉपरेशन को प्रमोट किया जाए और उनको उनकी फ्रीडम को गार्ड किया जाए. अलायंस जो है वो The alliance founding treaty was signed in Washington in 1949 by a dozen European and North American countries. It commits the allies to democracy, individual liberty, and the rule of law, as well as to peaceful resolution of disputes. Importantly, the treaty sets out the idea of collective defense, meaning that an attack against an ally is considered as an attack against allies. अब ये कमिट किया गया allies to democracy, इंडिविजुअल की लिबर्टी और रूल ऑफ लॉ सब जो हैं पीसफुल रेजोल्यूशन ऑफ डिस्प्यूट्स की जाएगी कि डिस्प्यूट्स को जो है वो पीसफुली रिजॉल्व किया जाएगा. सबसे अहम चीज़ कि ट्रीटी को सेट आउट द आइडियाज़ ऑफ कलेक्टिव डिफेंस. जो कलेक्टिव डिफेंस है उसके आइडिया पर जो है ट्रीटी सेट किया गया. इसका मतलब ये था कि एक वन अटैक अगेंस्ट वन अलाई उसको कंसीडर किया जाएगा. अगर किसी एक पर अटैक किया गया तो वो कंसीडर होगा तमाम अलाइज पर जो अटैक है वो कंसीडर होगा. द नॉर्थ अटलांटिक ट्रीटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और NATO ensures that the security of its European member countries is inseparably linked to that of its North American member countries. The organization also provides a unique forum for dialogue and cooperation across the Atlantic. Now we have to look at the member countries. Albania became member in 2009. Belgium became member in 1949. Bulgaria became member in 2004. Canada became member in 1949. Croatia became member in 2009. Czech Republic became member in 1999. Denmark became member in 1949. Estonia became member in 2004. France became member in 1949. And Germany became its member in 1955. Greece became member in 1952. Hungary became member in 1999. Iceland became member in 1949. Italy became member in 1949. Latvia became member in 2004. Lithuania became member in 2004. Luxembourg became member in 1949. Montenegro became member in 2017. Netherlands became member in 1949. North Macedonia became member in 2020. Norway became member in 1949. Poland became member in 1999. Portugal became member in 1949. Romania became member in 2004. Slovakia became member in 2004. Slovenia became member in 2004. Spain became member in 1982. Turkey became member in 1952. United Kingdom became member in 1949. United States became member in 1949. NATO membership is open to any other European state in a position to further the principle of his treaty and to contribute to the security of the North Atlantic area. NATO also has what it calls the Membership Action Plan. It helps aspiring members prepare for membership and meet key requirements by providing practical advice and targeted assistance. Thank you, student. I hope you can understand. While listening the lecture, if you face any problem or if you have any question, you can ask me anytime. Thank you.